All right, let's talk about your smartphone. Not the latest model, not the coolest new feature, but something way more important. How we can turn it from this constant source of distraction into a powerful tool that helps you live with, real intention.
So I want to ask you something straight up. When you unlock your phone, what do you see? Is it a clean, curated set of tools that actually help you get things done? Or is it kind of a digital junk drawer, just overflowing with apps that are all pulling you in a million different directions? If you're anything like most of us, it's probably the second one, right?
And we all know the usual suspects. I mean, these apps, the big five, they've basically become the default apps on our home screens. They all promise this massive global connection, but what are we really getting out of them? Okay, so let's really dig into the heart of the problem here, what I'm calling the social media mess, because that huge promise they sold us on connecting everyone, well, it's got a major, major flaw. It turns out that just having massive scale doesn't automatically mean you get real connection. Here's the core issue. These platforms are built for scale, not for substance. The promise was this amazing global village, right? But what we actually get is more like a digital fire hose blasting us with ads, arguments, and updates from people we barely even know. It's just a noisy mess.
But why does your feed feel so exhausting? To really get that, we need to look under the hood at the engine that's running this whole thing. It's called the attention economy.
The original dream was so optimistic. This idea of a digital town square, a place for genuine global connection. But the reality for so many of us is just constant information overload, and a lot of it is fueled by outrage. It's a pretty stark contrast.
And here's why that happens. We are living in an attention economy. It's a system where the algorithms aren't built for your well-being, they're built for engagement. And what drives engagement? Strong emotions. Outrage works great. Envy, perfectionism, those work too. It's a system that's designed to keep your eyes glued to the screen, not to actually build a genuine community. And this right here, this is the human cost. You end up on what's been called a content treadmill. That constant pressure to perform, to present this perfectly curated version of your life, it just completely crushes that simple, authentic desire to just share something real.
But you know what? It doesn't have to be this way. Now that we understand the problem, let's talk about the solution. And it's a simple but really powerful strategy called the 5 over 5 idea.
I mean, if the endless, algorithm-driven feed isn't really serving us, then what's the alternative? What does a healthier digital social life actually look like? Well, the core concept is wonderfully simple. It revolves around this number, 5. The whole idea is to intentionally choose 5 communities that really matter to you over 5 giant platforms that just distract you. So here's what that 5 over 5 swap looks like in the real world. Instead of just scrolling through everything on Instagram, you join a dedicated forum just for photography lovers. Instead of the total chaos of X, you join a professional Discord for developers in your field. You trade the broad, noisy world of Facebook for a super specific app like Strava to connect with your actual fitness community. You get the idea. You trade the general for the specific. So what happens when you actually make this change? Well, the benefits are huge, and they all lead to creating what we can call your intentional smartphone. This chart really says it all. It's about something called the signal-to-noise ratio. On the big tech platforms, you have to sift through a massive amount of noise, ads, irrelevant posts, just to find a tiny little bit of useful signal. In a niche community, that whole ratio is flipped. Almost everything is signal because everyone is there for the exact same reason. And the effect on your mental well-being is profound. These smaller communities are often just way less toxic. There's a natural sense of accountability, way less pressure to perform, and way more focus on the pure joy of learning something new together. And this really gets to the heart of it all. It's about quality over quantity. I mean, think about it. Deeply connecting with 50 people who share your specific passion is infinitely more valuable for your own growth than having 5,000 anonymous followers you'll never even talk to. And what's really cool is that making this change actually starts to rewire your habits. The old habit is just you unlock your phone to mindlessly kill time. The new, intentional habit is opening a specific app to consciously engage with my community. It's a huge shift from passive consumption to active participation.
Ultimately, this isn't just about deleting a few apps. It's a deliberate act of digital intentionality. You're curating your most personal device to reflect who you are and what you value, not what an algorithm thinks will keep you scrolling for another few minutes.
And maybe the most powerful shift is in your identity. You go from being a user, a data point on a graph, a passive consumer of a product, to being a member, an active, valued participant in a group that shares your passion.
And that leaves us with one final crucial question. It's not about what apps are popular, but what digital spaces actually add value to your life. So take a good look at your phone and just ask yourself, what communities truly define me? And does my home screen actually reflect that?